Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our post Hell in a Cell pay-per-view edition of the Plate Exchange, where for those of you who didn't watch the pay-per-view, too late, you've had your opportunity, and spoilers are now allowed to be spoken. We had two title changes at Hell in a Cell. The historic reign of Bayley coming to an end with the Smackdown Women's Championship. She was beaten inside Hell in a Cell by the boss, Sasha Banks, finally completing the Grand Slam for the legit boss herself. And also for the first time in actually over half a year, the WWE Championship now has a different holder, as Randy Orton defeated Drew McIntyre, also inside Hell in a Cell, to win the WWE Championship. So we're here to officially put their plates on here. Quick note before we get started, again, we send our apologies for our top rope spoilers for not having been here, but we're hoping to get our shows, regularly started back up here. Again, as we start moving ourselves towards what is my favorite pay-per-view of the year, Survivor Series, where we're going to not only have to make picks on who we want to see win each match, but we're also going to have to pick our brand. Who's going to reign supreme? Will it be Raw or will it be Smackdown? But let's go ahead and get to the plates. We will begin with the Smackdown Women's Championship. As we said, the historic reign of Bayley coming to an end, being thwarted by, I guess now, her former best friend, Sasha Banks. So we have her red plates. We have seen those earlier this year when she did capture both the Raw Women's Championship and the Women's Tag Team titles with Bayley. But now she gets an opportunity to put them on the one belt she has never won up to this point. And we will be, for the first time in, 380 days, we will be removing the Bayley plates off of ours. So this is a belt we have not seen on our show since we started its inception, at least not for a title change anyway. So this is kind of new to us, but it's gonna be, in my opinion, weird. And Kia, who's working the camera, will have an opportunity to kind of chime in here. It's gonna be kind of weird to actually flip on SmackDown, and while it's great, that Sasha's holding the title, it'll be kind of odd to not see Bayley holding the title. It's almost like it's a part of her now.
I'm glad.
Charlotte had anything to do with this.
The one match I really wanted the title to be changed. So congratulations to the boss.
Scoreboard don't lie.
Yep, you finally did it. Congratulations.
Now if she can just successfully get through one defense, that seems to be her Achilles heel, is that first title defense, and there's very little doubt it'll be against Bayley again.
I believe she will this go around.
But to kind of hit you with the facts here, as we first remove the Bayley plates off here, and we get ready to move in the new, I say new, but the new champion's plates in Sasha Banks. Bayley's reign, as we noted, was a historic one, 380 consecutive days as SmackDown Women's Champion. Year-long reigns are something that are far and few in between, even in today's age. So someone being trusted to hold a championship for over a year, especially when you look at the plethora of good competitors that she went up against. She beat competitors Lacey Evans more times than I can count, Nikki Cross several times, Alexa Bliss, Naomi. Of course, Sasha once. She won a 5-way at WrestleMania. So Bayley has certainly had her back against the wall on several occasions, and yet has managed to be able to come through. But I think, you and I have been saying it for months, that there was only one person that was going to end this reign, and that was going to be Sasha Banks. So very, very little doubt in our minds. But yeah, 380 consecutive days as champion, and 520 out of the last 525. So basically the last almost year and a couple months has basically been Bayley holding this championship. There was a very quick 5-day period in which Charlotte held the title. That, of course, was when Bayley, had her heel turn, and led us into the Bayley that, we all know with the role model and the sheep and whatnot that we know today. That one screw does not want to go in.
Ding dong, who's not champ now?
That's right.
Bayley.
So we'll see how long how long it is before Bayley gets herself back into the title picture, especially with Survivor Series being the next pay-per-view, which means Sasha will not be defending her title at the pay-per-view. Of course, she takes on the Raw Women's Champion, which at the moment is Asuka. Sasha does enter her first reign as the SmackDown Women's Champion. It's her 6th total reign as a singles champion overall. And she does, of course, complete the Grand Slam, finishing off, the run of winning all 4 major championships. So, with that, we have the the Sasha Banks plates now on our SmackDown Women's title. So, proud of her. Hopefully she has a nice long reign with the championship. I know a lot of people were waiting for that match between her and Bayley, and now we'll see if it results in a long reign. So that moves us to our other belt, as we slide the Bayley plates out of here. And that is for, of course, as we noted, the WWE Championship, held for the most recent future by Drew McIntyre in his first reign. But he falls inside Hell in a Cell to the Viper and now 14-time world champion Randy Orton. We do have his plates here. He's actually been using these plates for quite some time now, so it was good to see him debut those on Raw this last week. And with it, we will remove the Drew McIntyre plates that have been on for quite some time. And go ahead and put the Orton plates on.
Breaks my heart a little bit.
Yeah, this one hurt Kia's feelings a little. I also took Drew in this match as well. Because I said, and you've heard me say it on Top Rope Spoilers for those who watch with us, it's really hard to have a person get 3 championship matches and not win one of them, but something just told me that I didn't think they were getting ready to have Drew drop the title, especially with a potential dream match between Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns potentially on the horizon at Survivor Series. But I can certainly see why, they put the title on Orton. He's, again, 14th time he's been trusted to be the world champion of a company. So, we'll see if this new Randy Orton, who, we've said heading into SummerSlam, maybe the best Orton we've seen in his entire tenure with the company. So now that they've made him champion, let's see what they choose, how they choose to use him, and how well will McIntyre be able to continue forward while not holding the WWE Championship. That was another one where it looked weird watching Raw last night and not seeing Drew McIntyre holding the title. But McIntyre plates off, and our RKO version of the Randy Orton plates go on. McIntyre's reign was his first title reign as a world champion. That's what I think got a lot of people hyped about it. Of course, he won it at WrestleMania, beating Brock Lesnar, and held the championship for, 203 days, officially recognized by the WWE. Randy Orton will be entering his 14th reign as a world champion. This will be his 10th reign with the WWE Championship. Up to this point in his previous reigns, he has held this WWE Championship for a grand total of 660 days prior to him winning it this past Sunday. Let's see what my notes say here. He is this will be the 138th different reign, and it will be the 51st different reign. There have been 51 different WWE champions with Randy Orton, of course, holding it multiple times. So, Kia, your thoughts on this one?
Like I said, I'm heartbroken a little bit because I feel like Drew should have retained it or whatnot for a little bit longer, but obviously it's also good to see a fresh person with the belt, even if it is going back to Randy Orton, which, by the way, congratulations. And I just hope that they do really good things with him. I hope that they actually let him continue to compete in matches and be a fighting champion, because that's what Drew did. So, I mean, if you took the title off Drew, it meant you felt you could hold it and retain it and do better things with it. So
do you think we're just destined for a Orton-Edge rivalry once Edge is cleared? Edge has got his chance to win back his championship?
Oh, most definitely.
So with that, the title reign of Drew McIntyre officially over, but we'll have his signature forever. But the reign of Randy Orton resumes again as we now add the RKO plates to it. So that is our 2 title changes from Hell in a Cell. Money in the Bank contract also did change hands as well. The Miz now Mr. Money in the Bank. So Orton better be looking over his shoulder, as of course it's always possible that the Miz could potentially cash in at any time, give us something to look forward to, and hey, history potentially repeating itself.
Yeah.
But stay tuned later this week. We've got Halloween Havoc coming up, a couple of title matches coming up on NXT later this week. The NXT UK title will also be defended this week. Walter taking on Dragunov over on NXT UK, so a possible more plate exchanges potentially to come. And, of course, we still have the new NXT Tag Team Champions that as soon as we are able to get a hold of their plates, we're going to show them off here as well. But anyway, this is Steve with On the Ring Apron, Kia running the camera. We'll see you guys later this week. You guys have a good week.